I caught her red-handed on a Tuesday night, the kind of humid August evening in Austin, Texas, where the air sticks to your skin like a bad lie. My wife, Lauren, 32, a knockout brunette with legs that could stop traffic and a smile that once made me feel like the luckiest bastard alive, was sprawled on our couch, her work laptop glowing like a damn confession booth. I'm Jake, 35, a construction foreman with calloused hands and a temper I usually keep on a leash until that night. I'd come home early from a site meeting, boots still caked with dirt, expecting to surprise her with takeout from Stubbs Barbecue. Instead, I got the surprise. Her screen, littered with chat logs so filthy they'd make a sailor blush, spilling out her affair with some slick-talking client from her PR firm. "Jake, I can explain," she yelped, slamming the laptop shut as I loomed over her, my 6-foot-woe frame casting a shadow that swallowed her petite figure 5'5", all curves and grace, now trembling like a cornered deer. Her emerald eyes, usually sharp and teasing, darted everywhere but me. "Explain?" I roared, hurling the takeout bag onto the coffee table. Ribs and coleslaw splattered across the hardwood. "You're sexting some asshole named Mark about his penthouse view, and how you can't wait to feel him again. What the fuck, Lauren?" She flinched, her glossy lips parting, but no words came out. Just silence, thick and suffocating. That's when I knew me marriage, 10 years of sweat and promises, was a house of cards I just kicked over. The next morning, I was a wreck, pacing our ranch-style home in East Austin, the one we'd bought 5 years ago with dreams of kids and a dog. Now it felt like a crime scene. I hadn't slept. Her words, those typed-out betrayals, kept looping in my head. I needed answers, so I called my buddy Travis, 40, a barrel-chested bartender at the Driscoll with a knack for reading people. He showed up an hour later, his faded Metallica tee clinging to his broad shoulders, a 6-pack of Shiner Bock dangling from his meaty hand. "Jesus, man, you look like roadkill," he said, cracking a beer and shoving it into my grip. "What did she do?" I told him everything. Mark, the chats, the way she'd begged me to calm down, like I was the crazy one. Travis leaned back in my recliner, his buzzed head glinting under the ceiling fan, and whistled low. "Bro, you gotta confront this Mark guy. Find out who he is. She's a PR hotshot bet he's some rich client with a private jet and a hard-on for trouble." That's when my sister, Emily, barged in 20th. A fiery redhead with a yoga instructor's body and a temper worse than mine. She'd driven over from Round Rock the second I texted her SOS. Her hazel eyes flashed as she tossed her purse on the counter, her toned arms flexing under a tank top. "Lauren's a selfish bitch," she snapped, not mincing words. "I always said she was too polished, Jake. What's the plan? You kicking her out?" "I don't know," I muttered, cracking my knuckles. "I need to see this guy's face. Need to know what I'm up against." Emily smirked, grabbing Lauren's laptop from the couch where it had sat like a ticking bomb. "Then let's dig." We cracked it open. Her password was still Baylor 2012. From her college days. The chats were worse than I'd imagined. Mark wasn't just some fling. He was Mark Hensley, 43, a real estate mogul from Dallas with a penthouse downtown and a reputation for betting anyone who'd boost his ego. Photos popped up: Lauren in a slinky black dress at some rooftop bar, him grinning beside her, his chiseled jaw and tailored suit screaming money. Her messages gushed about his commanding presence and hands that knew what they wanted. My stomach churned. I wanted to smash something, preferably his face. Travis clapped my shoulder. "Let's go to Dallas. Find this prick." Emily nodded, her freckled cheeks flushed with righteous fury. "I'll drive. You're too pissed to steer straight." By noon, we were barreling up I-35 in her Jeep, Austin shrinking in the rearview. The 3-hour drive was a blur of AC, DC blaring, and me stewing, picturing Lauren's silky blonde hair tangled in Mark's grip. When we hit Dallas, the skyline gleamed like a taunt, big, bold, and untouchable. We tracked him to his office in the Arts District, a glass tower that screamed, "I'm better than you." Travis scoped the lobby while Emily and I waited in the Jeep, my pulse hammering. "He's up there," Travis said, jogging back, sweat beading on his thick neck. "Security's tight, but I overheard his assistant say he's meeting someone at the Capitol Grill tonight. Perfect, Emily said, cracking her knuckles. We crash it. That night, the restaurant buzzed with suits and stilettos. I spotted Mark instantly tall, tan, oozing confidence in a navy blazer, sipping bourbon with a woman who wasn't Lauren. She was a statuesque blonde, maybe 30, with a rack that strained her red dress and legs that went on forever. My jaw tightened. This guy was a serial player. I stormed over, Travis and Emily flanking me like a posse. Mark Hensley, I growled, looming over his table. He looked up, cool as ice, his gray eyes sizing me up. Who's asking? Jake, Lauren's husband. You know, the one she's been fucking you behind. The blonde gasped, clutching her pearls literally. Mark smirked, leaning back. Lauren's a big girl. She makes her own choices. That's when I lost it. I grabbed his collar, yanking him up, bourbon splashing everywhere. You smug son of a bitch. Jake, stop. Emily hissed, pulling me back as Travis stepped between us. Chest puffed like a bouncer. The blonde bolted, heels clicking, and a waiter shouted for security. Mark straightened his jacket, unfazed. Take it outside, Travis barked, shoving me toward the door. Not worth it, man. Back in Austin, Lauren was waiting. She'd figured out I'd seen everything, probably guessed I'd do something stupid. She stood in our kitchen, her hourglass figure hugged by yoga pants and a tank top, her face pale but defiant. You went to Dallas? She snapped, arms crossed. What the hell, Jake? What the hell? I shot back, slamming my keys on the counter. You're screwing some sleazeball, and I'm the bad guy? It's not what you think, she said, voice cracking. Mark's a client. It got out of hand, but I didn't sleep with him. I swear. Bullshit. I spat. I read the chats. You're lying. I'm not. Tears streaked her flawless cheeks. It was stupid, okay? Flirting, yeah, but it stopped before anything real happened. I was lonely, Jake. You're always working. Don't you dare flip this on me. I cut in, voice low and lethal. 10 years, Lauren. You torched it. She sobbed, sinking into a chair, but I wasn't buying it. Not anymore. Days bled into weeks. I crashed at Travis's place, his couch reeking of beer and regret. Emily kept pushing me to lawyer up, but I couldn't think straight. Then came the twist. Mark called me. Out of the blue, his smug voice crackling through my phone. Jake, buddy, let's clear the air, he said. Lauren's telling the truth. Nothing happened. I pushed it too far, but she shut it down. You've got a good one, didn't toss her over my dumbass moves. I didn't know what to believe. Was he covering for her? Playing me? Or was she actually innocent? Just a flirt who'd crossed a line? I hung up, head spinning. Last night, I saw Lauren at Whole Foods. She looked wrecked, thinner, eyes hollow, pushing a cart alone. Our eyes locked across the aisle, and she froze, lips parting like she wanted to say something. I turned away, heart pounding, and left my cart half full. I couldn't face her, not yet. Now I'm here, staring at divorce papers Travis shoved in my hand, wondering if I'm the fool for doubting her or the bigger fool for believing her all those years. Mark's words gnaw at me. Lauren's tears haunt me. And I'm stuck, torn between walking away or fighting for what might have been a lie or the messy truth. 10 years. Was it worth salvaging? Hell if I know.